guys, Kiribiri here, and today we're gonna play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I'm actually really excited. I tested out the first chapter of these to see if I liked it, and I wanted to do a let's play in it. And I already played 2 chapters before I had to stop myself so I could do a let's play in it, because I really enjoy this game and I find it really fun. So we're gonna enjoy it together, and I'm really excited. not gonna lie. So I'm gonna start a new game and start from the beginning. So yeah, a little warning. I already know what happens in chapter 1 and 2 of the first game. So after that, though, it will be a surprise. Should be interesting. All right, here we go. Right, let's do this. Episode 1, the first turnabout. Gasp. Gasp. Oh no. She's dead. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Dun dun dun. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Oh, I make myself laugh. This isn't good. Oh no. Starting out great, guys. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Why am I nervous? Oh no. I want to do voices, but whatever. He's just gonna be that sassy mother effer, I guess. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh no. Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. That's totally not what she sounds like, but she's gonna have this voice now because, you know, I already did this voice. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Totally not her voice. She does not sound like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because now you're turning to Maya. Maya. I can't talk. I know, guys. I'm gonna have to put like an edit here that gets up. Oh no. Alright guys, we're gonna take this we're gonna do this right. Phoenix Wright is just gonna have the Makoto voice, just my voice. Because my voice will die. The main character had a different voice. Now for Mia, we'll see. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Now she just sounds confused. Fuck. Yes. Actually, I kind of owe him my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm really channeling to hear from Dingerbutt, but let's... I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he really wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey. Hey there, Larry. Larry Butts. Dude, I am so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? That's wrong, Larry. All the voices are mixing together. Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me? Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick. You gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you? Sorry, buddy. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Ah, jeez. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has an act of getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, is it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Yeah. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court number 2. Court is now in session. That sounds like an old woman. Court is now in session for the trial of Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Now he sounds like Monokuma. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hand shaking, eyesight fading. Ugh. A test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely, or else you're an idiot. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Oh, no, whatever. It's not like I was really doing any voices. Oh, whatever. Just keep your wits about you and you'll be fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I think I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's, oh... Wait, uh-oh. No. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Oh, of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a little migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Aye, Maya, however the heck you say her name. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? It's Cindy something, and I honestly can't remember what it is, guys, so I'm gonna hit tab. And it's not one of these, you have to hit R. Cindy Stone, KK. Almost hit Cindy Block. The victim is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object, sir. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. You are not a dumbass. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. I don't know why that sounded condescending. Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, now I sound like the judge. It's going great, guys. Thank you, Your Honor, because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well, then, first, a question for the prosecution. A question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. I don't know, I can't pick a voice for him, so he's just gonna have a different voice every line, apparently. It was found lying on the floor, next to the victim. Oh no. I see, the court accepts this into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Wish the words would go faster, but I already went to the settings to try to fix that. Can't. Unless I'm stupid. Statue. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Chief, what do you do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, it is not true that the victim had recently dumped you. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. Oh, he's Yasuhiro. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Killer Chopper, Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. Oh no. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it. Lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies, as it was. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. Now he's becoming a surfer dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Mrs. Stone was. Miss Stone. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... Stop him. Stop him, please. My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case. Oof! Wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean? Irrelevant. That cheatin' she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I met her, oh no, oh no, oh no, I skipped it. Pretty much she was saying, once he, well, I fucked that up, guys. Whoopsies. But pretty much what he was saying, you probably read it, was like once he met her after he died, he was gonna say some things to her. Let's continue the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Eh? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Oh. No, I don't really care. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah. Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Bunce is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, of course, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank whatever, to the stand. Mr. Schwit. Mr. Blank, you sell newspaper subscription, is this correct? Oh, I don't remember what his voice is. Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Schwit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. Witness's account. Sorry, I got into the music. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quelled in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran away was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Schwit used was one of those. I'm totally saying his name wrong. I know I am. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination? Your Honor? Alright, right. It's hard to say. This is it, the real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? You're a lawyer. You should know what you're doing. Why? You're exposed to lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client... Well, of course he was lying, you dummy. Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? Ugh! How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there somewhere. First, find the contradiction between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the victim's face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. I thought it froze for a second. It's like, no! Cross-examination. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. You found the body at 1 p.m.? You sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death was sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Schwatt, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? That's a really good question that I don't know the answer to. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. That is a big, fat lie. There was a blackout, you dummy. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have watched a video on a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying it. It was probably coming from the television. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Ugh! You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Schwatt? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait! I remember now. Mr. Swat, the court would prefer to hear accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Schwat. Let's hear your testimony. One more time, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah. The murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Excuse me. Sorry. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? You saw a clock? Guess that would explain it. Self-defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is that supposed to be a clock? What? You, with your objections and your evidence, just do what you think you... Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Switch. Switch. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I'll submit it as a statue. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright? Appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet, the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove that you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Schutt? The sound must have left you quite an impression on you. Understandably, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all based on conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the victim. Victim? Oh no. Just look at the witness's face. Ugh. Ugh. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day I never... Look, the clock. I heard, no, I mean, yeah, I saw, ugh. Ah! Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn, give him death. Order in the court. I say. Your Honor, a moment please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim that the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Schwitt heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clearly if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it is 8:25. That's certainly a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Schwatt heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Schwatt, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha! Ha ha! You forget one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know that it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Whatever. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Schwatt. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Grr. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about now. Not so fast, Mr. Schwatt. Mia? I mean, Chief. Listen up. Right. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I can. And I know what it is. Because I've played this before. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have the evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright. You say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words, let's see you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The passport. Hiya! The victim had returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time differences between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Swat? Or should I say murderer? I assume that's what he said. Oops. Oh, there he goes. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Da 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 da. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Schwat was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Swat let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Swat grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Phew, I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief look this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry! You're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Ugh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good, wait. No, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. I came with the butt joke. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this. Ever. Let's celebrate dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Sob. Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right? Oh my god, right. Oh, that's gonna get... Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock. That's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make it of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime, maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. but I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Well guys, that's the end of the first episode of my Let's Play of Ace Attorney. I really had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Yeah, if you really liked the episode and you want to see more, please leave a like. I know no one likes to hear that at the end of a YouTube video, but you know, whatevers. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!